Hello again and welcome to another wonderful StarCraft 2 replay brought to you by XXSC2. I'm your caster V. Today we have a wonderful ZVZ game on Tal'darim Alter between coLCatz here, the red Zerg in the northeast spawning position, and he is playing Evil Genius's EGIdrA here in the northwest spawning position. He is the blue Zerg. They are on Tal'darim Alter, which is a fairly large map, and I believe this may be the older version, because I think the newer version has these hexagons, or there's a lot more of them and they're a lot smaller. And and here we've got one of the old style Xel'Naga towers, not the new ones that I pointed out in the last game, which I believe have come with the third season, the new maps in the season. Alright, both Zerg players going to be scouting with their overlords. EGIdrA is scouting the southwest position, and Catz is scouting the northwest position, and it's a much longer ride for the overlords in such a large map. So more than likely, these players are going to actually see each other with their scouting drones before they are able to find each other with their scouting overlords. Both players now having two overlords going in the other direction. I think EGIdrA's is actually slightly further, or excuse me, I think Catz is actually slightly further away than EGIdrA, so he may have started scouting sooner. Now, here comes Catz with, dropping his first pool at nearly exactly the same time as EGIdrA. I think slightly before, yes, about a second before EGIdrA, so we're going to be seeing very similar mirror match play here. Both players' naturals are in slightly different position because this map has radial symmetry instead of, I guess, a reflective, yes, I believe reflective, goodness, now I cannot remember words now. Anyway, this expo here has this entrance here, and I think it's a little harder to get to EGIdRA's expo because the entrance to this one is a little further away than this one is to the main here. So Catz may be at a slight disadvantage. I'm sure there's been plenty of arguments about that in forums all over the place. Alright, and both Zerg are doing nigh on identical things, getting spawning pools now, continuing to scout around with the overlords. Both players' expo hatches going down now. EGIdrA is getting 2 lings and 2 queens at the same time, and Catz is opting to go for ling speed before getting any lings himself. He is getting the queens up. He is working more on economy, and EGIdrA often gets these 2 lings as soon as he can. As seen in the previous games that I have casted, he uses them for scouting, trying to pick off drones, perhaps doing some early harass. But Catz is already getting down a spine crawler and his own lings. 4 lings now, definitely going to be plenty to deal with these 2 lings from EGIdrA. EGIdRA is going to poke up here. See, so this is basically some scouting lings. Get an idea of what is Catz's defensive position right now, and he's going to try to get it as fast as he could, maybe even get a look at tech. Oh no, and EGIdRA's going to get a full look up here, but Catz doesn't have anything to show him, so they leave there. And his lings are actually moving out, moving across the map. EGIdRA's lings still scouting, trying to find something. Is there layer tech getting rushed? Is there anything coming out? Trying to stay out of range of the spine crawler. Meanwhile, Catz's lings are moving out. We're going to run into some of EGIdRA's lings. Both players have ling speed on the way, but not done yet. Catz is actually going to have his finish first, which means he's definitely going to be able to, yes, and it finishes, and he's going to run away from these pursuing lings. However, their speed finishes too, and are they going to, these lings are heading out here, they're going to try to go around. EGIdRA knows they're coming, and comes around to get them. He doesn't have any defense here, so if these lings can come around, they're going to do some scouting, trying to get in here, see what EGIdRA's up to. Both players have a baneling nest now. Currently on production, only drones continuing to macro up, getting some lings, mostly to defend. Banelings coming in now, and a spine crawler. So now both players have very similar setups. one EGIdrA scouting ling over here. Gonna see these banelings being morphed in now, but gonna be quickly taken out by that queen. And in EGIdRA's lings still here outside of Catz's expo. And almost all of them gonna go down to a single baneling, which is probably a slight misplay on EGIdRA's part. Losing that many lings, it was probably about 6 or 7 lings to a single baneling, as far as resources go, was a loss on EGIdRA's part. EGIdrA having about the same amount of banelings over here, and Catz bringing in a single Zergling, trying to get some info to make sure that both players are trying to stay one step ahead of the other, which is leading them to play almost identically. Both now are getting up more gas, roach warrens, and also layer tech as these ling harasses continue. Ooh, this Queen of Catz right here out in sort of no man's land where it's very much slowed. He needs to drop a creep tumor or something so he can cover up this ramp with some creep and have a much faster queen if he's going to be using the queens to defend. Actually pulling drones back to his main right now, and Catz is he's going to go heavy into the roaches, getting burrow and roach speed, while EGIdrA is dropping a macro hatch, as well as getting also more roaches, increased roach attack, and I believe that's pneumatized carapace. I'm sure I'm pronouncing that incorrectly, but that is the ability for overlords to act as transports. Now, they're not very good as transports unless they have this ventral sacs, which, oh, excuse me, that's actually, I completely messed that up. What he is currently getting is overlord speed. It is the sacs that allow them to be used as transport units. Both players working on Catz, instead of using the energy for the queens in order to drop creep tumors, like this queen currently has 50 energy, which is enough for both a larva spit and a creep tumor. He is instead using his overlords, which is actually probably a very good idea because right now there is no anti-air other than queens, and he does not have to worry about enemy queens this close to his base, unless EGIdrA is playing something very strange. EGIdrA now, with this overlord speed, he is finally going to get in there. He is going to scout as best he can, because right now his overlords are getting chased off by these queens faster they can move, and then killed, which will eventually leave him supply block. Catz is currently at supply cap, and EGIdrA is beating him by about less than 20, now 20 food. So Catz needs to increase his overlord capacity right now, and he's moving in with a large force of roaches, 22 roaches, trying to kill off this hatch, this expo by EGIdrA. EGIdRA's going to cancel it and then kill off that drone, and these roaches are going to get away as fast as they can from EGIdrA, who has two tabs of roaches. Definitely going to do a lot, would probably be able to overtake this group of roaches, and Catz is on the retreat as fast as he can. Meanwhile, Catz has got an infestation pit. Going to get infestors, getting their upgrades, the pathogen glands, and right now EGIdRA's force currently holding the Xel'Naga watchtower between the two bases. He's got some scouting going on. Each player trying to keep at least some eyes on all the various ways. EGIdRA leaving this ling here on this back door to this second expansion, third base. And he still has this massive force of roaches, but Catz has a very large amount of roaches, and probably equal amount of roaches as well. EGIdRA going to try to do the exact same thing to Catz, except now this second expand is already up and running. There's no way to cancel it, so Catz is going to have to come in here. Oh, his roaches are getting stuck back here, not being able to be in firing range. EGIdRA probably has a better concave, and Catz is going to retreat. Oh, he's going to kill that queen that popped out of this hatchery, and these roaches are going to come back and force down that hatch just in time, just as Catz's roaches come back to reinforce, but EGIdRA's roaches are just retreating. Catz now has infestors. EGIdrA producing infestors as well, including he's increasing his missile attacks, his missile attack upgrades, because these roaches use the missile attack ones and they become very potent. Cat's now going to move out with these infestors and this roach combination. However, he can't hide from EGIdrA because EGIdrA has all of these overlords because there is no anti-air right now. Oh, Catz is going to move up here, and then all these roaches are just going to converge on this force from Catz. And Catz probably has an inferior force to EGIdRA's right now. EGIdrA has so many roaches. However, Catz getting up his third base again. EGIdrA running, has not saturated his third base, using it primarily for gas right now. Getting up a spine crawler, and he has this third hatch. So currently, EGIdrA probably has superior production capabilities, but probably inferior income. For Catz, he is now just getting his level 2 upgrades. The dance of the overlords continues. More infestors on the field, though not mass infestors. Mass infestors has been seen a lot before, especially in recent high-level Zerg play. Well, they will, because infestors are very versatile units. Neither player, I believe, has gotten Neural Parasite, which is not necessary, I feel, on ZVZ, because, well, obviously because there's a lot of small units and not necessarily a lot of large ones. So a Neural Parasite on a Colossus is far more superior than doing it on, say, a Roach or a Hydralisk. And the big units of the Zerg, the Broodlord and, oh, a Changeling dropped there and gonna get completely killed off. The Broodlord and the Ultralisk, that are the large units of the Zerg, are very rarely seen. So Neural Parasite is probably not a good, and a big engagement coming in here. Oh, a fungal growth going down on both sides. Infestors and infestors both fungling as best they can. And all of these roaches just spitting. Oh, Catz. Oh, all these roaches in so far down. Spitting the infested Terrans now. Oh, and EGIdrA is going to retreat. His roaches are so low in health. If he does not have Burrow. Burrow is another really good thing to have for the roaches because they can burrow and heal up so quickly. But he does not have that upgrade. Catz now taking his fourth base, does not have it saturated, getting his first queen now. It's kind of, it's a little hard to defend. There's a lot more area, especially uncreeped area between it and his main production facilities and forces. So this may fall to an easy picking off by a force from EGIdrA. EGIdrA now having Hydras and getting ground armor level 1, including more and more roaches. He may be falling off of the infestor. He is staying very low on the gas. Oh, Catz is actually supply blocked right now. Now that there's Hydras on the field, all of those overlords that have been in between this map, between these two bases, are going to start getting picked off, which is... and both players is now probably created, yeah, they're both creating a lot of overlords right now to stay absolutely above the cap. They do not want to get supply blocked, especially when these large armies are getting just slammed up against each other frequently. Catz still producing some infestors. He's got an Overseer along with his main force in case EGIdrA is doing anything with burrowing, but I believe, yes, he still does not even have burrow. And I do not believe he has any Overseers himself, so Catz could probably come in, burrow all these forces, especially all these roaches who can move while burrowed, and the infestors who can as well, to just come down there and do a lot of damage, which is what he's doing with this small strike force of, of Corruptors right here. They're moving in to this fourth base, which is in a similar position to Catz's fourth base, but it's even further away from EGIdRA's main force, and it's gonna, these infestors, they drop all these Terrans and then just leave. They're probably, EGIdRA's forces moving in as fast as they can. I'm surprised I'm not seeing more creep in this game. And they take down that hatch. the roaches easily clean up all of those infected Terran just as Catz moves in with his main force. IGIDRA's forces are split up. His force that is here does a fungal growth, is going to get a lot of it picked out. Those hydralisks are not going to be doing well against all of these roaches, these armored roaches. They eat through hydralisks so much. Oh man, and the hydras have longer range than the roaches, so they're able, so while all of IGIDRA's forces were behind here, not being able to get fires off. But now it's primarily hydralisks now. An equal amount of hydralisks to an equal amount of roaches probably will not do so well because they are not as armored. Oh, and all of Catz's forces are destroyed. However, both players left. EGIdrA is actually lower food than Catz. Catz producing so much more. Oh my. Just lost all of that, made all of this back. He currently definitely has superior supply right now. EGIdrA is on the ropes. He's still about 20 food behind. Can he come back from that deficit? Trying to get up his fourth hatch, and he cancels it, and he GG's. He is so far behind. He has no gas. All of these units using gas, the hydras, especially the infestors, even the roaches. The only thing he can produce with that immense surplus of minerals that he had was links, and those would not do good against all of these ranged plus roaches. These roaches with ground carapace and their spitting, and so EGIdrA just GG's. Well, he doesn't actually say GG because EGIdrA rarely does, but he did in fact say good luck, have fun at the beginning of the game, so there's that. Alright, I hope you enjoyed the game.